Okay guys, so yesterday we discussed DoS policy, okay, in detail theoretically. Now let's do the lab. Yesterday we faced a small issue, so I will tell you what was the issue. We're gonna use firewall 1 and DMZ servers, okay, and here we're gonna attach external Kali Linux to perform some attack on these two servers, okay. So now let's start. Let's go to firewall 1. So I already opened this firewall 192.168.100.200, okay. This one 100.200, and let me go to this firewall, okay. And what I need to do, if DoS policy is not visible, so you need to go to system and you need to go to feature visibility and the system, and here you need to enable DoS policy, okay. And after that, when you go to policy and object, so there you will see IPV4 DoS policy. It's not a profile, it will work separately. And yesterday I told you this the first thing to check when the packet arrive in the interface. So in this case, when the packet arrive on this port 1, so the first thing will be checked DoS policy, okay, which I showed you yesterday. But before creating any DoS policy, why not do some attack and see, okay, so that this firewall can protect us or not. So we have two DMZ server which we already created previously, virtual IPs for these two server. DMZ server, which is 1.200 external public IP and 1.201 for server 2, and internal is 10.0.4.1 and 10.0.5.1. So destination net is already there. If you remember, this the virtual IP. Also in firewall policy, last time we create WAN to DMZ. So we allowed the traffic from any WAN link from any source if they are going to DMZ zone. So server 1 for any services, okay. So it's allowed. Similarly, we already done this part as well. So server 2 is also allowed in the policy. These two things are required, so which is already there. Destination net and policy are already there. So what we can do, first check from here, which we checked last time as well. So if I go to this external system and open a browser and type the public IP, because there is a destination net for 10.052 and 10.041. So we're gonna type those IP and we can access these two server which we done in destination net. So we can easily access these two web server from external link, okay. So let's see it's accessible or not. We done this lab. So 192 and there is 201. Let's see. And okay, so let's see 201. If it is not open, so the reason is this external system gateway has to be, so let's go to network manager. The gateway hasn't to be 254, it has to be the WAN, our WAN IP, because the traffic will go out, it will not reach to us. This is a lab, so this definitely you need to use this IP. So this can be the reason. Just disconnect and just connect so they can get this gateway, which we already configure statically, but sometime you need to do this one. So now if you access, so server 2, and also there is 192.168.200. Sorry, it's become more. So 192, let me put 0, the last one is 0, so I need to be careful, yeah. So server 1 and this is server 2. So I can access both with public IPs. These are the public IPs and these are their internal IP. Destination net is configured. So I can access both the server 1 and server 2. Okay, done. Now let's do attack. So I need one external system. So let me go to node and Linux, and from the Linux I will use Linux Kali, and here WAN attacker, you can give them anything. So I will give WAN attacker and let me choose Kali, okay, and save. So this is my external system, and let's connect this to the cloud. You can connect many system to the cloud. and it will get automatically that range IP. But the only thing we need to change the gateway. Keep in mind, that's why I'm showing you. Otherwise I can attach this system already and show you that let's do the attack. But to be make sure, here you need to put the gateway this WAN IP, okay, which is this one. So let them start, and after starting, what we need to do, we just need to change the gateway, and then we will generate some attack, and after that we will create a DoS policy and protect our DMZ zone servers. Okay, so we are waiting for this system to boot up, and let's go there. So what we can do when you create a policy, by the way, until it starts, so let me show you. When you go to IPv4 DoS policy and create new, so there is a name, you need to provide them any name, same like a firewall policy. This is IPv4 DoS policy. Incoming interface, from where the traffic will come, with what will be the source and what will be the destination, which thing it will hit, and which services. So you can put all or any specific service, you can put that one. Then this is L3 anomalies in a abnormal like. So any L3 abnormal traffic, either layer 4 abnormal traffic. So in L3 abnormal traffic, there is IP source session and IP destination session, which is in the slide. You can go through them in detail. And also in L4 related abnormalities are such as TCP sync flooding. We will do this attack. There is a port scanning. You can use many tool Nmap to port scan. It will show you which port are open. Similarly, TCP source session, destination session, UDP flooding, UDP scan, UDP source session. So the first one is related to TCP, then UDP, then Icmp flooding, Icmp sweep, and many things related to other. Okay, and beside these, which action you want to take? So disable no, action block and monitor, and also you want to log the traffic or not. And this is the threshold which I told you yesterday. If the packets are reached, these are per second, I believe. I need to double check this one. This is, I think so, packet per second on one specific source. Okay, not the many services. So suppose let me give you this example, ICMP flooding. So if I say that if someone is sending 250 packet per second on specific source, so more than 250, consider them, this is the threshold, consider them as attack of ICMP flooding. Okay, because normal traffic will cover in 250 packet per second. But if somebody is sending more than 250 packet per second only to one source, either destination, whatever you say, so it means more than 250 will be considered ICMP flooding attack. Okay, so this is the threshold. Let me cancel because we will create our own policy, and let's go to maybe the system start. Yes, and let me type root and password is store. Okay, which is the opposite, and here we need to put a static IP. So let them start, and let's go to discuss some more thing. Yeah, so source and destination and threshold I told you. Logging, if you want to enable the logs for abnormal traffic, so you can do that one. Action, which action you want to take? So there is disable, block and monitor. Okay, block will block, monitor will generate the log, but there will be the traffic will be continue. And do not scan for abnormality. It means if you disable, it means it will not check. And monitor, definitely I told you, and threshold I already told you what does it means. So let's see, and definitely it has to be enabled, and you can create as many policy you want, okay, for specific source and destination. So let's go to this system now and see what is the IP address. Fconfig, so it's get 24. Okay, but unfortunately, let me tell you, the gateway will be 254. If you type route, so it is 254. I don't need this one, so click on this one, go to wire connection, wire setting. Okay, and I need to change the gateway. otherwise it will never reach to our DMZ zone. Okay, and click on this gear icon. Okay, and let's see, go to IPv4, make them manual, and IP address is 172.29.129.24, and here 24 is the subnet mask, but gateway is 172.29.129.182 in my case. Okay, and if you want to put the DNS, so it's better to put, and click apply. Okay, just connect and disconnect and close this one, and let's see, ping 192, suppose 168.1.254. yes, so I'm reachable. And now let's open a browser and access these two DMZ server with public IPs. In our case, 192.168 range is our public IPs. So let's see if I can access these two or not, and then we can generate some traffic. So Control L to clear the screen, Control Shift plus to zoom it so that you can properly see. Okay, Control L, and now the browser is open. Let's see now in the browser I will type, okay, 192.168.1.2.1.200. So I hope so I can access here server 1 and server 2 IP is 201. Yeah, so server 1 and server 2 both are available. So let's do some attack. Here is, and now let's go back. Now what we can do, we can scan the source, that which port are open on these DMZ server. So you can use Nmap, is graphically also available, I think. So this tool is available graphically as well, so it will be more easy. Let me see if it is available. Otherwise you can use Nmap, you can use them, Zmap or something with the name graphical as well. So let me see, this Kali Linux is not good. Let's see here, and there is Zmap or something. I'm just looking, maybe it's available. Information gathering, maybe it is under this one. I remember there is a graphical version as well. Yeah, it's this one. Nmap, yeah, this one, sorry, Zenmap. Then I forgot the name, is Zenmap. So it's graphically also available. If you don't like the command, so you can use graphical as well. And target is 192.168.1.200 DMZ server. And intensive scan, you can scan for UDP port, for all TCP port. So there are two port already enabled, if you remember, SSH and HTTP. So if I scan, so it will show me that these two port are open. So it started on server 200. Okay, and it will take some time, and it will show you that which port are enabled on this DMZ server, and nobody can stop them. Why he is searching and why? So he can see now is here 80 port. Yes, we know 80 port we enable, and there is SSH also enable on this server. We create these two server, we know these two port are open, and you can see the result. Also you can use, if you want to use, so you can use copy this command. This, they already create a command, and you can run here. This is the port number from 1265535, and also there is a shortcut as well, which we used last time as well, nmap and dash capital O, and then type the IP address 192.168.1.200. So it will give you the same result which the other one. And if you go to firewall logs and report forwarding traffic, so you will see the traffic and it allowed, you can see, and nobody can stop them. There is no such thing so that they can stop them. Okay, so it's doing scanning and nobody is stopping. Yeah, it's here as well. They said two port are open there. This is the first attack to gather the information. Now second attack which I can do, Control L to clear the screen, which is hping. You can get the help from here. If you type hping, so it will show you all the things here. You can see a lot of information is there, and also example. For ICMP we are using -1, for UDP we are using -2, for scanning we are using -8, for extra IP we are, if you want to spoof your IP, put -A. So all the information are by the way available here, and also some example. And also if you put manual, it will show you more detail. If you put, there are a few more commands, so it will give you full detail. And also type hping3 and Google, it will take you to the Kali Linux website, and there are many examples written. Okay, so let me do a -C, and let's, how many packet I want to send, and -D, these things are there mentioned. Okay, I don't want to go in detail. 120 and -S -W 64 -P. I want to use port number 80 because port 80 was open. Okay, and then flood and random source. Okay, and what is our target? 192.168.1.200, which is the DMZ server 1. Okay, and it will start attack on this server, and nobody server 1, this one. Yeah, so if you go to capture, you're gonna see a lot of attack there. So let me show you quickly. Let me start the Wireshark to show you. And the firewall here, it will allow them, because the policy allowed them. We create the policy to allow each and everything, so nobody can stop them. And you can see they can access VLAN 40 this IP by port 80, so nobody is going to stop. Okay, so it's not start. Let's do again. Sometime the Wireshark will not start, so I just want to show you. And if you try to access this server and the browser, it will not work. It should be down, this server, because we are sending huge packets. Okay, so let me show you. Similarly, you can send ICMP and so many other attack. Let me start this Wireshark. Because a huge packet, let me stop for a while here. Okay, started. And here you can see sing, and a lot of sync packet are sending by this server. And if you are running this one and you try to access this server, so this is DoS. You know, I told you at the beginning what is DoS, to bring them down the services. And right now it's accessible, yeah, but if you start this and run for a while, so the services will be shut down and the server will be shut down. It will be not available for anybody. So this is a DoS attack, and nobody stopped me. Okay, and also let me show you by another way which is visible what I can do. hping3 again. hping3 is a tool. I and -U100 -S sync flooding S and -P for port 80 and 192.168.1.200. This command will show you. So this why I just want to show you. Right now there is nothing, yeah, only few, yeah. Let's see now again. Okay, argument I think so this is separate, yeah. So you can see it's sending, send, and here is send continuously, sending, so that I can show you from here. But when we apply the DoS policy, you're gonna see it will stop. Okay, now let me stop them. So this is also a way to show you. So there are two commands. It's up to you. You want to use this command, either you want to use this command. Also ICMP flooding attack. So let me do ICMP flooding attack as well. Then I will show you all together. hping3, and for ICMP I need -I again, and U to visible. This for visibility to show you, and 1 for ICMP. I just show you 1 was for ICMP. And what is the target IP? 192.168.1.200. This time it should be ICMP. You can see echo. Okay, so it's a ping up death attack, either ICMP flooding attack, whatever you call them. And again they are sending a huge packet. So there are many types. Yesterday we discussed theoretically SYNC flooding attack, ICMP flooding attack, UDP flooding attack, SYNC, and many are UDP flooding attack. What was ping up death attack? All these are coming under DoS attack. What else? And so on. So we done scanning. Scanning is allowed. It show us that 2 ports are open. Then I show you Icmp flooding attack. Then I show you one example of sync flooding attack. And similarly, there are UDP attack as well. Okay, which we done in Palo Alto, and also in many other attacks are there. You can try all of those. End of the day, we need to protect the system. So what I can do, let's create a DoS policy now. So let me go to firewall 1. Okay, and let's go to policy and object, IPv4 DoS policy, create new, and here I would say DoS policy. Incoming is from WAN1. Source is, I don't know who gonna attack on us, so its source can be anybody. And destination, yesterday I done a mistake. I put this server 10.0.5.2. 10.0.5.2 is basically the inside IP, the actual IP. So yesterday I done a mistake. I put this one, and I told you DoS protection will be checked before each and everything. It means net is after that one. So it means if the packet came here and is enter in port 1, the first thing will be check DoS. So who is the attacker? So WAN will attack on 192.168.1.200, not on 10.0.4.1. So in the packet header, the target will be 1.200, either 1.20100, and I was giving this one DMZ the real IP. So it was a mistake, and yesterday it was not showing to stop us. So you can put all. Let's do all. Either create a new one and put the virtual IPs. This one 1.200 and 1.201. Neither to put these IP. I was putting these two real IP. Okay, so the attack will happen before hitting these two. Okay, the net will be after. I told you yesterday. So this was a small mistake anyway. So now let's create again, and let me give them DoS policy, and incoming is WAN1. Source can be anybody can attack on us, and destination can be all, and services can be all. Okay, even though we have HTTP. Okay, so what attack to do first? Let's do TCP send flooding attack, which I show you. Okay, so let me enable the logs, and let me take an action block. Rest of them leave it. Okay, and how many packet? If 2000 packet per second, so it's okay. But if it is increased than this, so consider them as a TCP sync flooding attack, and policy is enabled, and click OK. Okay, how we can verify? Logs and report, and go to anomalies, means the abnormality. So let's go. There is nothing. It's okay. And now let's do the attack again. So what was the attack for TCP flooding attack? This one is for the this was. And let's start. You see, when it's reached to 2000, it will stop. How many packets? 16, 19. It was how many packet this was? I don't know. I need to remember how many packet was. So it will be stopped after that. Okay, 9000. Let me see how many packet it was. Okay, still it's not blocked. It means the packet was too much. Let's go back to the policy, and let's verify how many packet it was. I thought I will make them less. So let's see. Okay, so it's 2000. Yeah, so how many packet is reached now? Yes, more than 2000. And let's see. Yeah, it's logging this for all, by the way, and it's block. Let me make them less, 200. Okay, and let's see now. Okay, it's blocked now. It's not going anymore. And let's go to logs and report, and let's go to anomaly, and here you can see 14 seconds ago somebody try on this destination 1.200, and it was a TCP sync flooding protocol number 6, means TCP, and destination was this, and source from where the traffic was coming. So definitely we gave them this source. Stop, yeah, it's not going anymore. If config, so this is the source. Where is the IP? It should be this one, 24. So it's showing us that this guy target this one, and it was a TCP sync flooding attack, and we stopped them. And it's showing now here the error, and it's black. Okay, so nobody can do now the attack. Let's go to policy and object, IPv4 DoS policy. Okay, second thing we done, Icmp flooding attack. So let's enable Icmp flooding attack, this one, and let's block this one, and 250 packet per second, okay, on the specific destination, in our case 200. So I told them, and also I enable this one. So two things are enabled now, and let's try, and let's go to logs and report, and let's do anomalies. So right now only TCP, okay. So now let's do the Icmp. So for Icmp it was this one, and let's do. So it started when the packet 250, you can see, and 249 is blocked because it's crossed the threshold. And if you refresh, so there will be Icmp flooding now. This is the third packet because it's crossed. This was what was. Let's go to IPv4 policy, DoS policy, and here it was Icmp flooding 250. So when it's reached 249, it means it's crossed the threshold, and if it's crossed, so they consider them Icmp flooding attack, and they block them because we give them that block this traffic. And that's why the logs are here with the anomalies. So if I go to where is, here is, so Icmp flooding attack. Now let's do the third thing, which we done scanning. It can be graphical or it can be by Nmap. So let's go to, if I have Nmap here, it was this one, okay. But before we need to enable Nmap, so let's go to policy and object, IPv4 policy, DoS policy, and TCP, no, this one, TCP port scan, block. If it is, let me make them less, 100, and let me make them more less, 10, and TCP port, and also UDP port scan. There is UDP port scan as well. UDP, where is UDP scan? You can enable, by the way, this one as well. And there is destination, that's it, yeah. So this time I enable UDP scan and also TCP port scan. Disable if they reach to this threshold, and click OK. Okay, now we can use the Nmap, which was enabled by this one, and type the IP 192.200, and this time I say port scanning. Where is port scanning? Here is all TCP port, and let's start. Okay, and when it start, let's go to logs and report, and let's go to anomaly, and after a while they should catch this one as well if it is enabled properly. Yeah, so you can see TCP port scan just 2 seconds ago. They say there was a TCP port scan and protocol number 6. Okay, and there is a UDP as well. So if I do UDP, this one, and scan start this one, and I hope so I enable, so it will stop. So TCP sync flood, TCP port scan, because they will consider this attack both. So that's why they are showing both, that it was a port scanning as well, and we can consider them as a TCP sync flooding as well. So let's see now UDP. They can catch UDP as well. Okay, still we can see only TCP. It means the UDP has to be enabled something else. We are scanning them, UDP port scanning, and I enable UDP only. Yeah, it's come up now. So you can see they say UDP scan, because this time I enable UDP scanning. So it block, and similarly you can do whatever you like with this DoS policy, and you can enable all the thing. I just show you only few of them. Similarly, if you go there and you can block all the thing related to, so IP source session, destination session, port scanning, source session, destination, UDP scan, and all those ICMP sweep. Again, this is also this one. If you want to try this one, so there is ping scan, this one. Before enable, let me enable this one, ICMP. Where is ICMP scan sweep? This one. Block, and let me make them less and click OK. And if I try to scan, and let's go to logs and report, and if we go to anomaly, so after a while when they search, so it will show you ICMP. Before it was ICMP flooding, this time we are doing something else with, so it will come under this category. Okay, it will take some time to show you, because if they pass the threshold, I give them, by the way, 10, it has to be more or less, but let's see it can show us or not. So still, and let's go back, it doing or not. So we are doing ping scan, yes. So it ping can also come under ICMP, so they has to stop us. And there is another way as well, by the way. If I see, there is scan and no ping, ping scan, quick scan, and there was, okay, it's not here. That one is by command, I believe. Anyway, you get the idea. By all these attacks, you can protect your network, and you can see the logs. Also, you can see the logs from forwarding traffic as well. Okay, and if you go there, and you can click, and you can see more the detail as well here, all the detail. And the best one is here to see the anomalies. So let's go back. If I miss something, so I can show you. So we create a policy. Okay, we enable all, and we enable and verification. So this one is for scanning, and it will show you TCP sync flooding and port scanning and all those things. Okay, and this one is for the sync flooding attack. Okay, so it will show you this one, and ICMP flooding attack. So I show you that one as well, and that's it, and few more similarly. So this was DoS policy, which can protect your network from any sort of DoS attack.